feedback I've gotten over the years from attendees is that while the material is powerful and it impacts their businesses, they just don't get enough. So they say to me, if only we could spend more time with you and the other presenters and really pick your brain, absorb the knowledge that you have to share, and get hands-on training. So to satisfy this need, I created Success GPS programs.
If you're here, it's because you want to succeed.
Being the fact that it's a hands-on workshop, we are getting a ton of value in terms of gaining more clarity for our business and approaching ways to wow the clients and customers that we do have.
Some of the Success GPS events are short, single-day experiences, a couple of hours, but our premier event is an extended, hands-on, experiential retreat. Business owners can come, spend 3 full days locked down and learning everything they need to know to be successful in business and in life.
Everybody up, I'll come out and get you. You over there too, up, up, up. See, if you already sit down, then you've already flunked, which means you've already given up.
Industry leaders that are here today that are so authentic and passionate about being of service to others. It sort of opens my heart and my mind to being really possible and staying on the right track.
I've spent 25 years listening to thousands of speakers, looking for the best of the best. Of all these, I handpicked this lineup of amazing speakers because I knew that they would bring it and that they would put it all on the line with their heart and soul to create an amazing experience for our attendees. In addition, all of the presenters are passionate about helping small businesses and entrepreneurs succeed and take the time on and off the stage for every attendee to get what they need to go to that next level. So I say show up, follow up, and lift up. Give back and don't ever, I don't care where you are in life, if you think you haven't arrived somewhere to where you can't give something back, you're wrong. It's the exact opposite. The minute you start stepping, bring someone with you.
Don't even hesitate, get here, do it. Be here, be the first one signed up, sit in the front row, get all the information, and it will be mind-blowing. It'll just be, it's a game changer to be here. It's just a game changer.
So don't miss the experience live and in person. Go to register at successgpsseminars.com for our upcoming event. And in the meantime, get ready to be inspired.
Thank you so much for that introduction, Jennifer. I am so incredibly excited to be here with all of you and to be meeting these inspirational speakers from all over the US. And of course, I'm incredibly excited to be here with all of you in the second level here, the box seats. So I'm so pleased to be here. I hope we got a little bit woken up during the 7th inning stretch. I think I was the most enthusiastic one, but I'm warmed up now. So I want you to think about something very important. People buy from people, but not just any kind of people. They buy from people that they know and trust. And I believe that Infusionsoft had that on one of their slides. So it must be true. Because if he said it, it's true. So people buy from people that they know and trust. But there's another truth there that we very often forget. And that's that people don't care about what you know until they know you care. I'm going to repeat that one. People do not care about what you know until they know you care. So how do we get people to know what we care about? Well, you know what's funny? Here I am doing a talk about what people should care about, and I actually forgot to write it into my own talk. I went through it last night and I thought, wait a minute, there's a lot of great information here, but there's no Sharon. And there has to be Sharon in everything. But there is no Sharon, so I thought I need to share with you guys what I care about. And what I care about and why I do what I do is because I care about sharing entrepreneurial stories. I care about being a cheerleader to entrepreneurs because I think that they're bold and brave, usually crazy. They're dedicated, insightful, informative, and they're amazing. And I think that their stories deserve to be celebrated. So that's why I created Influence Magazine. So I believe in celebrating entrepreneurial stories. And because I find them to be amazing, but I also find that entrepreneurs deserve to be celebrated. So what I want to know right now as an audience is, what do you guys care about? I just told you I care about entrepreneurs and sharing their stories. So in business, what do you care about? Just shout out a couple of things, whatever comes to your mind. What do you guys care about? Which one? Brand? Okay, what else do you guys care about? Helping people? Pardon? Service. Awesome. So you care about service, yeah? Freedom and empowerment. So you care about freedom and empowerment. What else do you guys care about? Having fun while working. Making a difference. Excellent. So those are things that you care about. And people do not care what you know until they know what you care about. So you want to make sure that your message gets it clear. What do you care about? Your story, everyone in this room, your story, your entrepreneurial story, is as important and as interesting as Bill Gates. I know, it's very true. And why that we haven't heard your story is because talent is equally distributed, but opportunity is not. So talent is equally distributed, but opportunity is not. The talent in this room is equal to the talent around the biggest boardrooms in America, but the opportunity to have your story told is not necessarily equal. So that's where we come in and equalize the playing field by sharing stories that otherwise might not be told. Okay, now I get to use the clicker. It's a very exciting moment for us all. I'm so excited. We already covered how excited I am. Imagine a year from now, you are being celebrated by bloggers. You are being interviewed by a podcaster. You are on the cover of a magazine. You have articles being written about you. You are in a top 100 list. Does that sound far off and impossible? Put up your hand if you think, yeah, sure, Sharon, that's going to happen. Does that seem fairly far off to most people? Well, you know what? It's not. And there's a first step that you need to take in order to have your story celebrated, and that is a really simple one. Allow yourself to be celebrated for where you are today, not where you want to be 6 months from now, not where you want to be in a year, not when you meet some magic benchmark, but allow yourself to be celebrated for where you are and for the accomplishments you've made today. So what I want you guys to do is we're going to write your cover. I know the papers got handed out a little early, but everyone got this cover with a blank on it. I want you to write your cover. Be confident. Imagine that it is a magazine editor sharing your story. In other words, don't be shy. It's someone else telling your story. Celebrate who you are today. What would you want the world to know about your accomplishments? So take out a pen or a Sharpie if you have one, and start writing a couple headlines. What would you want to be on the cover of Entrepreneur if that was you up there right now? I have celebrated publisher Sharon Ricci launches influence magazine mindset and marketing issue. That's actually true. That's right now. That's not a wish list. A wish list would be celebrated publisher Sharon Ricci launches 250th issue. That would be me celebrating something in the future, but I want us to focus on what we are doing today. Maybe it's you're in Lake Tahoe at an intensive retreat building your business. Maybe it's that you've launched a business. Maybe you're taking a leap of faith. You can have that headline. Maybe you're closing a business and starting something new. What are you doing right now that you would want the world to know so you can be celebrated where you are right now? What could be your headline? Brag a little bit about yourself, that you've been certified, that you've met a new level of sales, that you just trained someone, that you hired someone. Those are all things to be celebrated. Okay, since we've promised to make this interactive, what I want you to do right now is find a partner, and I want you to share your magazine cover with them. And just know that when you're getting the magazine cover, you're going to be introducing that person to our audience using the words, what I want you to know about Catherine is, and then I'm going to say what her magazine cover is. Okay? And we're going to share each other's headline stories. So find a partner, super quick and easy. Someone you know, someone you don't know. There's no rules. Find a partner and tell them what your cover is so that they can share it for you. Does everyone have a partner, and have they shared one headline that they're comfortable sharing? Okay. Do we have someone who would be willing to stand up and introduce their partner, saying, what I want the world to know about, name, Catherine, let's say, is. Can someone stand up and share the headline? Here comes Jennifer. Oh, no. Does anyone have a headline they can share? Okay, let's hear it. So, cover for them. Excellent. So we opened up human-powered programs. Awesome. Anyone else share? Let's share the love by introducing someone other than yourself. So next, who's up? Love it. So Alex became an overnight success in 18 years. I love that. I always say I'll be the longest overnight success ever. So that's great. So when Catherine read that, do I have any more before I get into why we were doing that exercise? Catherine's saying Alec was an overnight success in 18 years. Now imagine Alex says that. What do we think? I don't know about that, Alec. It sounds kind of braggy. It sounds great when Catherine says it. And the reason that this exercise is so powerful is because we're going to do a gut check. When someone else shares your news, it feels good. Did that feel great, Alec, when Catherine said it and then I echoed it? So it felt great because someone else is telling his news for him. So when you share your own headline versus having someone else share it, just imagine the difference in how that feels. If you have to stand up and say, this is what's great about me, it doesn't feel right. That's why Jennifer can stand up here and say lots of great things about me, and I felt good about it. But if I needed to say it, I might not have. And that's because having someone else endorse you feels good. I love this goat. Feels good, man. I love that. I didn't make that. I just totally ripped that. I love it. So having someone else endorse you feels good for a reason. This is science, people. I know. It's science. When we endorse ourselves, our credibility goes down. When others endorse us, our credibility goes up. Who says so? Just this little publication, Harvard Business Review, has an amazing article on it, in particular true for women in the crowd. When women share their own accomplishments and when women tell their own story, credibility takes a dive. When men tell their own story and tell about their own accomplishments, it takes a dip. On the flip side, when a third party tells a woman's story, our credibility goes way up and men take a bump as well. But women are on both sides of that spectrum. When someone else tells our story, it has power and it's memorable. It makes us feel good. Why? Because our gut knows this is true, which is why bragging feels intuitively wrong. Have you ever been in a situation where you're forced to brag? Like, don't I look awesome in these white pants? Like, hello, looking good, Sharon. If I have to say it myself, oh, I didn't feel good. But if Jennifer says it, which I'm going to pay her later to do, I'm going to feel great about it. So thanks in advance for the comment there. Since I'm a jeans and Birkenstock girl, that's a big thing. So our gut knows what's right. Bragging feels intuitively wrong. So to hit it home again, credibility is based on who is sharing your news and your story. You share, down. Someone else shares, up. So another exercise, who can be your cheerleader? Who can endorse you? I want you to take out your pens. I want you to write a list of who right now, not 6 months from now, not I'm going to make a call, not I'm going to make friends with Alec and he's going to give me a testimonial. Who can give you an endorsement right now based on your accomplishments right now? Hints for your list: an alumni association, your business associations, chambers, network association, your friends, your family, your mentors. So while you're making this list, and this is going to be your action list, so make your list, who can endorse you right now. While we're doing that, I'm going to tell a little bit of a story. I was out with the gang last night, and Kevin told me a great story. He said that when he was first starting out, he approached the Project Management Association and asked them if he could speak to them about a topic. So what he did was he figured out who he could tap into in his current network, who would endorse him, because when someone asks you to speak at their event, that is an endorsement. So Kevin dipped into his current cheerleading tribe, and out came an invitation to speak. That invitation to speak shone the light on him, because it wasn't Kevin saying how great it was now the Project Management Association. So that's a perfect use of your cheerleader tribe, where you're at right now. So from your list, I hope you have at least 5 people. If you have family on there, make sure they're over the age of 18, because it's just not believable when the toddlers say great things about us, because they always do. So right now, I want you to look at your list and say, who will raise my credibility? Put a star beside those people. They are becoming an important part of your tribe. Who right now will endorse you? Who will raise your credibility? So I think one of the speakers said, you might really like someone, but you're not going to buy from them because you don't trust them. So the same with your list. I like these people, but would I want them to endorse me? So put your stars beside them. Hint, include me. I'm your new friend. So I'm Sharon Ricci, Influence Magazines, by the way. And put a star beside me, because I can become part of your tribe of cheerleaders. Now we're going to talk about the power of the halo. What is a halo? A halo is when someone else's credibility, authority, or cool factor shines on you and makes your brand even stronger. A few examples. Oh, I think we can see who got the halo and who had the halo in these circumstances. There's a lady named Yoko Ono, and if she would not have stood beside John Lennon, we would not have known her. His halo shone on her. We have Robin and Howard. Without Howard, we wouldn't know Robin. David and his sidekick, Batman and Robin, and of course Johnny and Ed. Would we know Ed McMahon without Johnny? No. When we stand beside powerful people, their halo shines on us. Holders of the halo, the media, reporters, editors, photographers, bloggers, successful or famous people. Now, I'm moving quick because I know that it's the end of the day, so I hope you guys are good with that. I promised you the rule of 3 for growing your brand. I like to keep my promises, so here we go. 1, celebrate where you are now. The accomplishments you have today. From what I've heard from this group today, they are all pretty amazing. What can you do to put this first golden rule into practice? That magazine cover that you made, hang it somewhere where you can see it every day. Add more accomplishments as you earn them. Give yourself permission to be celebrated for what you have already accomplished. The fact that you all came here today, huge accomplishment. Number 2, create a tribe of cheerleaders and people who will endorse you and share your story and news. How do you put that one into action? Ask, 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 and ask. As a famous fellow Canadian said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Anyone know who it is? Yeah! Oh, feeling the love. So it also works, you miss 100% of the endorsements that you don't ask for. So ask. Number 3, the more powerful or successful the person sharing your story, the stronger the halo on you. How do you put it into action? Seek out opportunities to be endorsed by voices that are listened to and respected. So when you are given an opportunity to stand beside, to speak with, thank you very much, take it. Even if public speaking isn't your thing, makes you nervous. I had to do the Superman pose for 3 minutes in the bathroom before I came up. For anyone who knows that TED Talk, they know what I'm talking about. Take the opportunity to let other people shine their halo on you. And then take advantage of shining your halo on someone else. It feels great. Remember, when we share our own accomplishments, our credibility goes which way, everyone? Share your own. And when others endorse us, our credibility goes up. You have questions. I have answers. Does anyone have something that they would like to ask me about credibility, endorsement, getting a tribe of cheerleaders activated? Any thoughts? So if you get an endorsement, generally the person who's giving it to you, for instance, if you said to your Chamber of Commerce, and you're a member, you know what, I just end up hiring 2 people, they would put it into the Chamber News. And then what I would say is amplify it. So if the Chamber puts a little thing in the news that says, Debbie just hired 3 new employees and she moved into great new digs, you're going to want to put that into social media, and you're going to want to link it back to the Chamber, because that gives you the halo of the Chamber. If you're at this session and you meet someone and they tweet you, they say, oh, I saw Sharon up on stage, that was great, then I'm going to retweet it. Trust me, I'm all about amplification. If someone endorses you or says a positive review about you, amplify. Okay? There's a lot of avenues for getting your story told. Obviously, I'm so Canadian. It's going to take me a while to get around for any kind of ask, but I do endorse people who are shortlisted by our team. So you could always be talking to me about being shortlisted, and then we might do a feature on you if you meet our magazine's criteria. But you can seek out those opportunities within your own community, but also on the state and federal level. So just always be thinking, and if you don't ask, you never know. Your alumni association might publish something. Anyone else? One of the questions I actually get most frequently, other than why does Canada make so much maple syrup, which is a huge secret I'm not allowed to share with you guys right now, but another question I get is around the idea of feeling shy about asking for an endorsement or asking for someone to share your news. So my suggestion to that is, again, to go back to allow yourself to be celebrated. When you're feeling you want to be small, encourage yourself to be big. When you feel like you want to hide your light, shine brighter. That's my challenge for all of you, is to be as big as you can be, shine as brightly as you can be, find your tribe of cheerleaders and endorsers, and then amplify your message. Influence, this year we have set a goal of sharing 100 entrepreneurial stories. So if you own a business or you're a business professional, then we encourage you to throw your hat into the ring. And the way you do that is text that handy 21777 number and use the word influence. And then our scouting team will get back in touch with you. Super friendly bunch. Don't be afraid to ask. And we'll sort of have a conversation with you, because our goal is to boldly celebrate brilliance and to share the story behind the success. And we definitely love to work with entrepreneurs who are at every level, small, startup, making a big leap. We are thrilled to share entrepreneurial stories because we think they inspire and educate others to be brave. Yeah, so who we reach, it's actually a twofold approach that we take. I also own a marketing and advertising agency called Influence Factor, and the magazine is Influence. So as a publication, it's an online publication. So we would take a story and do one about Joe, which we are. We have the Tahoe issue that we're publishing specifically for the Success GPS event, and we'll be publishing stories about each of the speakers. And if you give us your information, then we would consider including you in this group. And how we get distribution on that is through our email list. We also get it through social media. We have an amazing WhipSmart team. I don't know if anyone's been following the Twitter feed, but Influence Magazine seems to be all over it. So we will then buy social media for you in particular. So we don't do magazine numbers. We don't say, oh, our magazine reached 200,000. We say, Joe is a feature, and we want to reach Joe's audience for his feature. And Joe says, you know what, I want to get more speaking gigs, and I want to be speaking specifically along the Eastern Seaboard. So we would actually buy social media specifically to hit Joe's target, because some of the problem with the big magazines is you're hitting everybody. But you really just want booking agents, or you want people to know who you are. So we're going to target people specifically for your feature and get you in front of the people who matter. And when they see Joe come up as the top 100 authority, as a Masters of the Mountain, then they think, yeah, you know what? Joe's legit. So we add legitimacy and authority in everything that we do for you. Press releases, social media, Google. We love Google. Aren't we all? Google is our master. So our goal is to get you on a page 1 Google search under Influence Magazine with the issue that we're featuring you in. I have been glad to be of assistance. See, I learned that from the Infusionsoft guy instead of saying thank you. So I am hope that I've been of some assistance to you. And I'm here all weekend. Please text Influence to 21777. Love to catch up to you. And go to work helping you celebrate your accomplishments. Thank you very much.